Hey guys, what is going on? It is CruZzAve here and I welcome each and every one of you to a brand new video on our channel, The Guide. And today we have another new video format that I'm very excited to share with you guys because we're going to analyze a pro match. Last weekend at the FUT Champions Global Series Playoffs, which was a pro tournament with $250,000 prize pool, two of the best players matched up against each other in the quarterfinals, the world number one in the ranking Tekkz versus one of the best known players in the community, Kurt. That was a hype matchup for sure, and if you haven't seen it yet guys, definitely click the link in the description down below in order to see the full gameplay and not get spoiled by this video, and I'm going to analyze it. A quick word before we go right into it. We all know that FIFA 19 has some overpowered features like the volley crosses and the volley shots, the first touch shots as well, La Croqueta, etc. And we all hope that it's going to be better in FIFA 20. I would still say that these two players did their best to play nice and beautiful FIFA and not overuse these OP mechanics. I'm still going to analyze the game from an esports point of view, so what you should do in order to win. So just wanted to let you guys know that, and now let's jump right into the analysis. Alright guys, so I decided to split the gameplay scenes in defense and offense so that we have a bit of a structure in there and also that I can compare the two players and their play styles more easily. The first scene is from Tekkz, and what you can see here is a very aggressive anticipation on his part. He sees that there are no passing options available in the center of the pitch and he knows that Kurt wants to go through the wing, and he sees on the radar that on the left hand side Cristiano Ronaldo is open, and so with an early right stick player switch he switches to Da Costa and already rushes forward before the two players even show up on the screen, and Kurt didn't account for that. He went for his usual pass and lost the ball here, so a very early interception for Tekkz, and these are super crucial when it comes to these high level games because you want to give the opponent as little opportunities as possible to get close to your goal. Next scene shows that Tekkz tries to be very aggressive once the situation gets a bit more tight for Kurt in offense, and that he does a lot of anticipation movement where he tries to predict his opponent's turns and then go for a tackling immediately after. You can see it first with Da Costa here. He predicts a turn backwards and then maybe a pass to Neymar, since that's the only option that's really available. So he selects Da Costa and positions right in there, and then once Kurt doesn't play the ball he approaches aggressively with Van Dijk, but Kurt dodges those two and plays the pass to Neymar. Then after playing the pass to Ronaldo, Tekkz tries to tackle immediately and challenge the ball, because when an opponent is trying to receive the ball, that's a moment when they are very vulnerable, and you can see that Ronaldo is really struggling to keep the ball here. However, Kurt is able to play a pass back to Neymar, and now you can see that Tekkz with Van Dijk is trying to go for another anticipation movement. First he approaches Neymar's current running direction, which is towards the goal line, but in the last second he changes that and sprints aggressively towards the right because he thinks that Kurt is going to turn around or turn into the middle to juke the original movement of Van Dijk. Kurt, however, doesn't fall for that and he just plays a pass towards Ronaldo. Once again, a quick player switch by Tekkz to Ramos in order to apply pressure. Kurt tries to play the ball back to CR7, but there's Vieira, and you can just see that all these quick switches and aggressive approaches from Tekkz add up, and they never leave Kurt any time, and they force mistakes on his side because he only has split seconds to decide his move. He always needs to try and figure out Tekkz's anticipation in order to not just bump into him, and that's a very hard challenge and often led to a loss of ball possession from Kurt's side. Kurt on the other side had a very interesting approach to defending because he didn't switch players quite as much. You can see it in this example right here. Ramos is not able to intercept the pass, and most players would switch to Van Dijk here and try to defend the 1 versus 1. However, Kurt utilizes the AI defending and he sees that Van Dijk and also his other players will cover the middle, and the only vulnerable angle here is a drag back towards the goal line, and that's why he's selecting Ramos and covers exactly that space inside the box. And once Tekkz goes for the drag back to beat the AI defender, Kurt is right there and able to tackle the ball away. In general, Kurt was a bit more passive when it came to taking challenges in defense, and you could definitely see that he had huge respect for the one-on-one skills from Tekkz. He went for the approach to wait out his opponent's actions and then go in with a well-timed tackle once Tekkz decided which skill move to do. You can see it in this example here with Van Dijk. First he's only covering the goal and running by Ronaldo, and then once Ronaldo is going for the drag back, he uses the L2 steps to stay passive at first, and then when the ball is laying in the open and Ronaldo needs a second to get there after the drag back, that's when he goes in for the challenge and tackles the ball away cleanly. That worked out well for him in a lot of situations, but as we're going to see later, sometimes he was a bit too passive and too far away, and that led to him conceding a few goals. But of course, Kurt also has great anticipation, and sometimes he tried to utilize that and put more pressure on Tekkz. As you can see in this example, a through ball on the wing, and he knows that Tekkz is always going for this fake shot to stop the ball and turn away from the defender, in this case Van Dijk. And as you can see in this example, that's why Kurt is anticipating that and already switching back to his right back in order to get a different angle to attack Neymar and rush at Tekkz. And as you can see, Tekkz gets surprised by that, isn't able to turn quickly enough and loses the ball. Now when it comes to offense, on the other hand, what made the biggest difference between the two was that Tekkz played more towards the meta of FIFA 19. In FIFA 19 you can shoot from a lot of angles, and especially with the timed finish, if you hit it green, you don't need the perfect position on goal. And you can see in this example here with Gullit, Tekkz plays a pass towards Ronaldo inside the box. Great vision on that one, by the way. I'm sure not a lot of players would have seen this passing opportunity. And then in this situation, Tekkz knows that he can go for a first touch shot. These are really effective in FIFA 19. Of course, he hits the timing perfectly green and aims for the far post. Kurt in this example once again is too slow in his player switches. He sticks with Gullit, who doesn't do anything in this spot. He should have switched to Van Dijk and tried to block the shot, but he's just reacting too slow. Also, he's not moving the goalkeeper, and Tekkz utilized this in a few situations to score crucial goals. But of course, Tekkz is able to do much more in offense than just to hit first touches and volleys. He's a great player when it comes to passing combinations, and probably the best when it comes to skill runs. And you can see that in his second goal. It's a typical build-up for him. He's playing a long lob pass towards Mbappe and realizes that there are no players in the box, so a cross is not good here. That's why he's turning around, keeping the ball and waiting for his team to come. He shows great vision with Vieira because he knows that his midfield partner Gullit must be on his way forward, and that's why he's playing a triangle pass into this big open space in the center of the pitch, and that really breaks the opponent's defense open. Then he plays a pass towards Neymar from here, and with Neymar he's going for the skill run. As you can see, he's doing a half drag back just to change his position a bit and maybe bait Kurt into a tackling, and then he's doing the double elastico skill move. It's a skill move that's very hard to track because the movement is extremely quick and the angle is surprising for most opponents. And you can see that Kurt throughout the whole time is very passive and not really approaching Neymar aggressively. And so what Tekkz is doing is he sees I have some space, and he's doing one shot fake towards the goal line in order to get a good angle on his left foot for a shot into the far post or short post area, depending on where he sees more space. And Kurt is just too passive in this situation and can't block the shot, and it's a goal for Tekkz. So the crucial thing here is how fast Tekkz is turning around 180 degrees from facing away from goal to facing the goal, and he does that with chaining two elasticos, which are also a bit distracting in their animations. Kurt isn't sure what's going on, and Tekkz utilizes that with a simple shot fake towards goal. He's not doing any extra skills because you know he has the space. Neymar has the capabilities to score from this distance, and that just shows how good he is with the skills. He's doing exactly the right amount of them, not too many. He's always switching them around, and that's why he's so hard to defend. But I have to point out that Kurt really did play world-class attacking FIFA. He opened up the scoreline in this quarterfinal and really gave Tekkz a big challenge. You can see this little free kick right here. He's doing 2 La Croquetas, but the crucial movement is in between the two, because after the first La Croqueta he changes direction to the top left as if he will go for a shot, maybe a finesse into the far post area, and then as Tekkz approaches him to tackle the ball away, he's doing the second La Croqueta, and in this example he also takes the shot, which is the right decision because Ronaldo is in a great position and he's scoring the goal. And then towards the end of the second leg he showed that his passing vision is one of the best, if not the best, in the entire game. First with Vieira, he's opening up the entire left side with this through ball. With Neymar he then goes for a pass into the middle and now shows his genius as he recognizes that there is a player on the goal line, so that Neymar is not offside, and he plays a 1-2 back to Neymar, which nobody accounted for in this situation. Obviously the Brazilian is completely free, and then he goes on to play the next pass towards icon Ronaldo, and then he sees that Ramos is approaching the last defender in between him and the goal, and he uses the protect the ball feature, turns around 180 degrees around Ramos and is free on goal. A true masterpiece. But as beautiful as that was, and as beautiful as Kurt tried to play in the entire tournament, FIFA esports is also about being efficient and utilizing what's in the game, and this is a great example right here why Kurt missed out on a few goals potentially. He's playing a good passing combination into the box, and he would have a shooting opportunity with Ronaldo right here. It's basically the perfect spot where you can go for the first touch shot into the far corner. If he times this one correctly, then in a lot of cases he will score here and be in the lead 2-1. Instead, he tries to go for another pass and just makes it too complicated. Even though it's looking good in this screen, FIFA is just changing, and every pass that you play inside the box is difficult to connect. As you can see, he then tries to go for the first touch shot, but Van Dijk is in a much better position to tackle the ball away compared to Da Costa before, so Kurt just had to take more shots and be a bit more straight towards goal. That's what Tekkz did, and even though he missed out in some occasions, he went on, and in the second leg he scored a few of those goals just simply by going for the shots, sometimes getting the rebound, sometimes getting the perfect shot into the top corner, and that's what made the difference in the scoreline. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If that's the case, please leave a like, since that helps out the video and the channel massively. Leave a comment in the section down below if you enjoyed this type of content and if we should produce more of it. And also check out our coaching website if you're interested in coaching from elite, top 100 and pro players. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any further video of the guide. I'll better talk to you in the next one. See you then. Much love.